Like, what's the? We in the past like 10 years, how many good horror movies have we had? Like 2, right? Like we've had like
What's good ones? Define. Okay, here's the thing. I genuinely don't know how I would define a good horror movie.
I also don't watch horror, so this is coming from a guy who doesn't watch horror movie, jujudging the very seemingly the last best.
Yeah.
What was the one that came out that was really fucking good like 5-6 years ago? That had like a really good budget. Fuck, I forgot what it's called. I only think about the video games now.
I personally liked Hereditary.
That was the one. Hereditary.
Yeah.
That was really good. That came out.
Yeah, I hated that. That fucked me up.
Yeah, dude, it fucked me up.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
It fucked me up, but at least what I appreciate about Hereditary and just Ari Aster films in general, and like also Midsommar as well, was like an awesome fucking movie.
I watched that. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I watched Midsommar.
But it's like, I liked it because it's like, yes, it's scary, but it's also just fucking weird.
Yeah.
And it's like a trip of a movie.
Yeah.
And it's like the way that like they scare in those movies especially, it's like, I love that he doesn't rely on jump scares. Like in Hereditary, maybe there's like 2 jump scares at most that I can remember, but like those aren't the scariest moments of the movie. Like the scariest moments are the really quiet moments of the movie.
I couldn't finish that movie actually.
Really?
I finished.
It's probably better because the last 10 minutes were fucking weird.
Yeah, I finished Midsommar. That was still like unnerving and like scary. But you know, it didn't fuck me up. I remember there was this one scene in Hereditary. It happened like pretty early on, but yeah. I mean, without spoiling exactly what happens, there was a scene involving a mother that was just screaming and crying.
Oh yeah.
That was like such a guttural scream. It kind of like induced in me PTSD that I guess I didn't even know I had, because I've never experienced what the mother has gone.
Gacha roll.
But it was like it was to the point where I was like, this is like too well acted.
Yeah.
Where I feel like
she was so good in that.
Yeah,
as
she
well.
was
so good.
She was so good that I couldn't finish it because I was like, this is getting to a point of real, to the point where I'm like, I feel like I'm seeing something I shouldn't be seeing now.
Tony Collette, I think it was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tony Collette,
I have no memory of anything ever. Bird Box, great horror movie. Did you watch that one?
Bird Box? Which one?
Remember when everyone did the Bird Box?
Is that
challenge?
the one where they're all blind?
Yeah. You remember this movie?
I never watched it. I saw the memes of it.
my God.
What is that movie about?
So, dude,
Because I saw the memes of like everyone blindfolded
because it was
themselves.
crazy, because it's just like blue. I can't even fucking bring this fucking movie out, but this was like a fucking big horror film.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Oh my God, it was this. Okay, again, this is like a 4-year-old memory of me explaining a movie that I
Okay.
didn't really like that much. So like there was just a monster that came, I can't remember why, and it would only kill you if you like looked at it.
Oh. So it's the opposite of the Weeping Angels.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like I guess throughout the movie, obviously people look at it, and I guess people go crazy, and they're like, I have to look at it. And then all I have in memory now is like, okay, one, it was terrible. It wasn't that good. And everyone doing the stupid Bird Box challenge afterwards, which is people just walking around blindfolded, which is just like, okay, you mean being blind is a challenge now? Like, okay, all right, okay.
If blind people could see this, they'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then I remember there was another thing where like, so in the movie you never see the thing that's killing everyone. You never see it.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I don't know if it was like a joke or what, they were like, hey, this is what it was actually going to look like. And it looked like ass. It was like the shittiest looking thing.
There's another movie with a similar premise where like the thing that's killing everyone, can't be seen.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch The Happening?
No.
Wait, what's that one?
It's the fucking movie where it's like, who was in that movie again? I think it was Mark Wahlberg. I think was in that.
Was
movie.
that the M. Night Shyamalan movie?
I think. Was it? I don't remember if it was M. Night Shyamalan, but like I only watched like the first third of that movie because it was so shit. But basically, the general premise from what I can remember is like there's this thing
This is
called.
going to be the next 40 minutes is 3 dudes who don't watch horror. Horror sucks.
Yeah, it's like this movie where like Mark Wahlberg is like people are just like mysteriously dying from this phenomena that no one can see, and they call it The Happening. And they're just like, all these people are dying. What's happening? And then Mark Wahlberg fucking runs around trying to figure it out. And again, I don't know how it ends. I watched
like
the
I've
first
seen
third.
this.
Yeah, it was like mean to shit because it was so bad. But
Oh, I remember this one.
Yeah.
I have not just seen it. I know the entire plot of that film just from people complaining about it. Actually,
Have you seen Unfriended?
Yes, I have seen Unfriended.
What's that one again?
Unfriended is where there's like, I can't remember if it's Zoom or if it's before
It's
Zoom.
Skype. It's on
Skype.
Okay.
Yes.
The
It's a movie
Skype
that they
ghost.
filmed
Yes.
entirely on
Yes.
Skype. And like, who is it on the call? Who is that? It's so bad. It's like everything that I think is like it's like the opposite of everything British.
Yeah. And it's just like a ghost killing people on Skype. And it's just like, can they hang up? No, you cannot hang up your Skype call for some reason. And they just all die one by one. Okay, out of the horror movies that I've seen with Sydney, I'm going to try and recommend some good ones, I think.
Go on.
But again, I don't know what counts as a good horror movie. But these are ones that I found was interesting. So one that I found pretty interesting pretty recently. I don't even know if it counts as a horror movie. It's more like a horror satire. It's called The Menu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen that one?
I have. Yeah, it's really good.
What is it?
That so
Ralph? No, not Ralph Fiennes. What the fuck is it? Ralph Fiennes?
Ralph.
The director?
No, the main actor, the British guy.
I can't remember.
The one featuring the girl from Queen's Gambit.
Yeah,
right?
the girl from Queen's Gambit.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the one. That's the one. So
I love how we collectively know that.
yeah. So basically,
It's Ralph Fiennes, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Can we Google Ralph?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. He's the go.
So basically, it's kind of like a horror satire of the whole fine dining kind of culture. It's basically like what Maylin.
Royale.
Yeah, it's basically Battle Royale, but like in a setting of what Maylin sees in her mind's eye.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, genuinely. Yeah.
What, our Google reviewers trying to kill each other? Like,
yeah.
POV, imagine if you saw the world the way Million saw the world.
Yeah. That's what it is, right? And so the main character gets invited to this prestigious, one-of-a-kind fine dining restaurant that's set on an island, and it's just like the most prestigious menu that's ever going to be served. And weird shit starts happening.
Okay.
They like you know how it's fine dining is basically just the art world, but with food. So it kind of goes beyond just serving good food. It's all about the story of the food, and so and at first the chef comes out and he presents each dish that has a different story behind it. And then the story just progressively gets more and more fucked up until you kind of slowly realize what's really going on behind the scenes here. And I'm not going to spoil what goes on behind the scenes, but let's just say
the reviews are very good as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's actually a genuinely good story. And I think this is what I think is my personal way and the best way to experience horror movies for me is to not watch horror movies, but to watch YouTube summary of horror movies. I'm that guy.
Well, to be fair, I think I watched Unfriended the same way the first time. I watched it through YouTube videos and I thought, there's no way it's as shit as they make it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched all the Saw movies just from all those videos of like, what's the possibility of escaping the Saw trap?
Okay.
Saw is so bad.
Before people clown on me, let me sell it to you, okay? I get to experience the horror movie because one of the things I think is very interesting about horror movies is the mystery aspect.
Yes.
Okay, every horror movie, I love horror movies, even the shitter ones. They have like really interesting concepts that kind of like draw you into like what's scary going on behind the scenes. So what fucked up thing is this horror movie about? And 90% of them, it's a dumb twist, or like once you uncover the mystery, it's a dumb mystery, and you're like, fuck, I just spent an hour and a half for a really stupid reveal. So like the best way for me to reveal to consume it is just to watch YouTube summaries, which means I don't have to be scared and I get presented with a lot of interesting ideas from all these different horror movies, and I don't have to wait an hour and a half to kind of like fully realize if the reveal is worth it.
You might as well just fucking read the Wikipedia at that point.
You know what? Maybe I will, Joey. Maybe I
feel
will.
like you just should read the Wikipedia.
Just go to the IMDb page, watch the trailer while reading the synopsis. There you go, you're done.
I don't know why. It's specific horror movies where I just love watching summaries of them.
That fucked up. Not to do a throwback to the hentai app, but that hospital hentai was the horrorest thing I've watched in years. That scared me to my core.
That was scary, yeah.
More than anything else.
Definitely.
But a genuine horror movie that I did enjoy, that is a horror movie, is, I believe the name is As Above, Down
As
below.
above, so below.
As above, so below. Something along
the
those
one in the
lines.
French catacombs.
The one
right?
in
I
the
watched
French
that.
catacombs.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was pretty good.
like-
It's
Is it
very
the-
like Blair Witch.
Is it like
Yeah.
people get lost in the catacombs and then something stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just figured it
Just
out.
think Blair
Yeah.
Witch, but in the
Literally,
French
okay,
catacombs.
Yeah.
Okay.
They get lost in the catacombs, but things start happening, and they find out weird things. And there is a reason why all of these things happen, which is what I liked about it. Is it was less about the jump scares, but it was more about the unnerving ideas of what they found in the catacombs. You know, and that's why I liked it.
people.
They see a
I'm sorry, I'm
half-eating
sorry.
baguette on the ground. It's
Yeah.
like, there's a perfectly good baguette. Who would waste it?
Yeah, well, there is nothing more terrifying
We're gonna learn our French.
Sacre bleu.
than finding French people underground. Honestly, I would. I would just off myself at that point. You know, just being stuck underground with French people. Okay, I'm done.